start the installation process. But first, I want to help you identify the type of seatbelt system that you may have. So most commonly, what the type of seatbelt systems that vehicles have now are what we call a switchable retractor. And what that means is that the seatbelt, in the event of a crash, so you see how it locks? And so I don't know when you've been in the car, if you've slammed on your brakes or if you've stopped suddenly, sometimes the seatbelt will hold you in. And that is called an emergency locking retractor. But the good thing is, in the back seats, they have the capability to switch into what we call a locking mechanism that can install a car seat. So I'll show you first what I mean by the emergency locking. So if I to slam on it, or not slam, but pull on it, it locks. But then if you check this out, if I pull it out slowly and all the way, did you hear that click? And sometimes it won't click, sometimes it does. But a good way is to test it. So how we're gonna test it is I'm gonna feed it back in, and you can hear the rewind in it. So every time I feed it back in, it locks on me. And that's what we're going to use to install the car seat. Okay, so I want you to test it in your vehicle and see what seating positions this locking mechanism is in. Should be in all three. Okay, so that's what we're gonna use to install the car seat. Now, before we begin the installation, it is very important that you check the angle. And the reason being is because if we don't check the angle first and then we do the installation and you go back and you look at it and it's not level, then you just have to do it all over again, and we don't want to do that. So here, if you'll look in this type of car seat that we have this arrow here that says that it needs to be level with the ground. Okay, and typically with our younger children, like our newborns, less than a year, we typically provide noodles. So this is a half noodle, but we also have the full noodles. And what these do is they help recline the seat so that it can be level. Okay, so I'm using a half noodle, and I'm just gonna place it here and then adjust my car seat and make sure that everything looks good. Okay, so this looks good. And so now I'm going to begin the installation process. Now, you can definitely take the upholstery off, and the good thing about these car seats is that it does have the little strap here where you can undo it, so you can actually see what you're doing. So I'm gonna do it on this side too. And then the first thing that I wanna do is just pull out enough. I don't wanna pull it out all the way because I don't wanna activate that locking mechanism just yet. I just wanna pull out enough so that I can pass it through what we call the belt path. So I'm gonna pass it through here. And so as you can see, it's passing through the belt path. And I'm gonna buckle it in the correct buckle. Okay, so you heard the buckle. All right. Okay, so now is the good part. Now we're going to do the tightening. So the part that holds the seat in is going to be the lap portion of the seat belt. So I'm gonna pull on this. So I'm pulling on the top part of the seat belt because the lap portion is what's gonna hold the car seat in place. Okay? So everything looks good, nice and snug. And now I'm going to activate the retractor. So I'm gonna pull it out all the way slowly. And I heard that click, but I'm still going to test it just to verify. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I know that it's been activated. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to press down on the center of the car seat, and at the same time pull on this top part of the seat belt to get all that slack out. And the slack that I'm getting, I'm gonna feed it back in so that it locks in place. See? It's locking in place. All right, good. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the test. In order to ensure that I've done a correct installation, I don't want the car seat to move more than an inch side to side at the belt path. So I'm gonna gently tug on it right here, side to side, and it passes. It's not moving. And that's how we know that we've done a correct installation. And then now we can put the baby in, put the child in, and adjust them accordingly. Remember, in a rear-facing position, We want these harness straps to be at or below the shoulders, the chest clip armpit to armpit, and snug to where you can't pinch any excess straps. Okay? All right. Any questions? Just give me a call. Thank you.